Good morning, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans and Speed Gaming fans. Welcome to another match of the Swiss brackets of the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament 2020. I am Sonny Wrath 11, and joining me is my good friend Ragnarok784. How are you doing this morning, Ragnarok?
I am doing great. How you doing this morning there, Sonny?
I am doing quite well. We have a beautiful match in store for you guys. Kyuketsuki versus Darindrise. Darren being a very new runner to Final Fantasy Randomizer, and Kyu having been around for quite some time. And this party that they drafted, I think we're going to see a really, really good time from both of these runners.
I think it's going to be great, man. I cannot wait to see this get started.
So, right now, both of these runners are 1 and 2, looking to go 2 and 2, potentially even make the 3 and 2, if not 4 and 2, so that way they can make the play-in race or even the last chance qualifier. Both of these runners have had a rough go of the tournament so far, and now they are up against each other with this very rough party of white mage, black belt, red mage. This was a drafted party.
And what a draft it's going to be, because I cannot wait to see what they're going to do, how the match is going to roll. Are they going to Dan both or one black belt, or are they going to Dan the white mage and go double black red? I don't know, and I can't.
This definitely will be very interesting, and since there's no black mage, there could be some locked spells that may serve a lot of importance. And
That's true. All right, I dropped the gate. Let's wait and see how we're going to roll.
so we should be off in just one moment. So, Rag, what are you hoping to see from level 1?
I really want to see a good seed, so I'm hoping they have absolutely nothing for at least the first. I want to see that Garland fight go.
Seeing the Garland fight go completely awry would be a bit of a treat.
I like rough seeds. I love watching rough seeds.
And it does look like the runners are off.
Let's see what we got up in here. Fade, look at that, right out of the gates with the
Level 1 Fade, level 1 Ice 3, so...
and fast.
Yeah, so the Red Mage unable to learn Fade, but Ice 3 and Fast? Well, there's one important spell already.
It's one of the best spells to have.
If not the best spell to have, since Fast does give a flat double on hits.
Nothing like some black belt double fast and double fist.
Housing market, a little more expensive than normal, but cabins themselves are quite inexpensive, with Darindrise being the first out of Canaria and ready to take on some imps. Kyu not too far behind, heading towards the Temple of Fiends.
Already throwing that fade out. There we go, Darindrise getting going.
Darren getting early levels. Kyu, though, using that cabin outside of Temple of Fiends, going to go ahead and power cycle to hit the hero run and head straight into Temple of Fiends to see what this first chest has, and that's a dragon.
Hey, that's a great starting vendor item right there for.
Absolutely a great starting vendor item. A katana and the canal in the top left room of Temple of Fiends, in the top left chest, no less.
There we go. Canal's already been found. Don't have to dive marsh, which unfortunately for me, I love watching marsh dives, but I'm happy for them in a sense because I really want to see that.
Marsh is not quite out of the fray since there could still be a loose item in Marsh.
That's very true.
Kyu taking down Garland like it was nothing, and then getting blocked by a... Now, the king has the crystal, but what does Princess Sarah have? She has the Earth Rod.
Look at that. She's carrying the walking stick for her dad.
Sorry, Dad, I had a hold of the walking stick, and now they need the walking stick.
We're just going to borrow it for a little while. See, there we go. Already selling that Dragon Arbor for some real cold, hard cash.
Darindrise also getting that crystal and the Earth Rod, and selling off that Dragon Arbor.
Very similar plays for very similar runners that I've seen so far. Oh, and the katana being sold too by Darindrise. I don't think
Q may not have sold the katana. He did not, actually.
Oh, he's going back to do it now.
But
I think he might have heard us.
A quick 32 grand, just like that. Really good start to the sea.
There's nothing better to be able to have all that early gold that far up.
And considering the spells that are available right now, I mean, there's level 1 Fade, level 1 Ice 3, and even Lit 2 for these Sahagins. It's pretty nice. But it looks like Kyuketsuki has taken off to the seas and is heading towards Matoya's cave.
Well, we're going to see what Matoya has in store for us.
But first, these eyes have to see what's going on. Darindrise finishing up shopping in Canaria and heading out towards the sea. But first, burning an encounter. Having knowledge of the encounter table definitely helps a lot in running these seas.
Yes, very much. And both of them already know that there's a nice hero run right off the power cycle after that first fight.
Matoya's cave holding a light axe, 8,000 gold, and a heal potion, but Matoya herself is just holding on to some explosive.
Yeah, little old ladies with explosive. There's nothing wrong with that.
Darindrise not too terribly far behind Kyuketsuki inside Matoya's cave right now, about to get that TNT from the crystal turnip. As Kyu takes to the seas heading towards Provoca.
We're going to see what our kindly old pirate friends are holding on to.
As well as what the level 2 magics hold in store for us. But Kyu decides, nah, I've got to go towards the pirates.
We're going to throw out some Fade and some Ice 3. We're going to take these pirates down real quick.
As Darindrise also heads towards Provoca, not too terribly far behind Kyu. There's not much divergence going on with routing.
Not at all. They've both done the same plays, very same thing. And a slab. Vicky is holding on to the slab.
Return the slab.
Now the big question is, are we going to get looped or are we going to translate that right away?
Since the slab is found and there is access to Melmond, it may not be a bad idea to go ahead and translate that slab. But that's level 2 Temper and Lit 3 and Lock 2 and Stop.
Level 2 Black Magic and level 1 Black Magic is pretty stacked. You're going to have amazing amount of charges for fast and...
I mean, all I have to say about the magic is just And
the White Mage will have access to Ruse, so you can keep her protected. And if we can get some life, good to go. What I'm really going to try and figure out here shortly is who's going to Dan one of those black belts and go 3.
You know, that's a very good question. going with the 3 warrior strats would be pretty good for this seed, just because getting 4 of them up to 32 takes quite a bit of. You could even make an argument for going down to just the 2 black belts, getting them up to 32, but we'll see what these runners do later on as the seed progresses. In the meantime, though, Kyuketsuki has sailed around Canaria to make it over to the Dwarf Cave to turn in that TNT, and we'll see what Narek actually yields this time around. Is it going to be a massive womp, or is it going to be something very useful?
Or we could have some lazy dwarves.
That is a possibility as well, as Darindrise also lands on the dwarven outcropping.
And they enter at the exact same time. We got ice armor and an opal shield right out of the gate with those 2 chests.
And the Hooray Dwarf from Darindrise.
They are basically holding hands down.
Well, Narek was just holding on to a musical instrument, but that musical instrument is a big one, because that means the loot is not going to be loose this time.
And there's nothing better than a loose loot. I mean, nothing worse, right?
Nah, I like nothing better.
Nothing like a hunt for a musical item. Hooray!
Alright, Darindrise making it back to the sea before Kyu does. So, with that knowledge, though, I do believe that Darindrise is going to go ahead and stop in here at Melman, translate the slab, maybe check level 5 white and black, which, hello wall, hello life.
Oh, perfect. Now, granted, the life will be red wizard locked, but we'll still have access to that early life. Can you tell me what levels will the white mage and the red mage be able to learn those? Start casting them, rather.
So, level 5 for white mage is level 12, and then red mage, it is level 15.
And Darindrise does that right away. Go ahead and gets that slab translated while Kyu goes straight to Elf.
I like Kyu's play going straight to Elf, because Elfland has both the pro rings and the gold bracelets, and they are absurdly expensive this time around.
Yeah, those pro rings at, what was it, 22,000? The gold bracelets, though, they're fairly...
And that's the herb for 63,000 gold inside of Elfland.
Wow! Almost a max price vendor item right.
Level 4 black magic not looking too terribly great with only ice 2. Warp, though, in level 3, very, very nice to see. Life
2, red
is red
wizard.
mage learnable. Cure
That is
4, though, is going to be locked specifically to the white mage.
Oh, now you hate to see that, but Invis 2 will be a red mage learnable too. These spells have been just great overall.
That is true. The only downside right now is that Nuke at level 5 is locked by promotion for the red. But that level 3 Invis 2, whoo! 2 Invis casters, 2 wall casters, 2 life casters. You're looking pretty set with just going with 3 warrior strats.
Oh yeah, I would say Dan, one of those black belts, just go with the 3 warriors and get rolling on those levels. Darindrise going to check his and see all this lovely stuff that's in there. Oh, already has, and he's just sold everything because he's not.
So, question in chat from Burt Reynolds: Was this a draft, or are both players just double black belt geniuses? This was a draft. Darindrise had the first pick and started off with White Mage, where Kyuketsuki retorted double black belt immediately, no hesitation. And Darindrise finished off the party with the Red Mage.
And while everything was going on, Q goes ahead and translate the slab, and is going to head straight over to the old men and see what the old men.
The good old Circle of Sages from Crescent Lake. This will tell Kyu whether or not he's going to be on the hunt for a Lusa. If that is the case, though, Ragnarok, would you go ahead and dive Marsh right now?
Well, I've seen a lot of seeds here recently, and we already have the Earth Rod. I would probably take my chances with Earth. There's a little bit more chess involved with Earth. I know it's a little more spread out, but it's a fiend as well, so I probably would want to dive and check Earth, and also just go ahead and take out the speed bump while we're at it.
But which speed bump would you be referring to?
Oh, that speed bump is always going to be my favorite person, the Lich. I'm always happy to run him over.
That's the speed bump I thought you were talking about. There was one of two options in my head for speed bumps because, you know, that vampire that we don't ever really...
He's like a little mini bump, and there's the chime from the old men, so they're playing musical instruments.
Between Narek and the Circle of Sages, we've got a band getting started. But this does tell us that both of these runners are about to be on a search for a Lucy.
I wonder who's going to make the marsh or who's going to make the earth. Looks like Darindrise has already danned off one of those black belts.
I like Darindrise's plan here. That's going to allow more EXP to funnel into the main black belt that he wants.
We got Brack and Fire 3 at level 6, and I think it was Harm 4.
Yep, there's Harm 4. Did you catch what slot Brack was in?
It was in the top slot, so it's going to be Red Wizard learnable.
Now, I do like seeing Brack in slot 1. That's really, really nice.
You know me, I'm always a fan of Brack and that Kraken, so I'm hoping to see some Brack themes.
So there is a question in chat from Eternal Newbie. Isn't there a limitation where Canoe can be, where it could only be in the inner? So yes and no. Depending upon the key item progression of the seed, you could actually get your Canoe in Mirage. You could get your Canoe in Sea Shrine as well.
The only places the Canoe cannot be is where it requires the floater. Due to the fact that the floater, or to get the airship, it is Canoe.
The Canoe cannot block itself is basically how the logic ends up working. We have Kyuketsuki making a run straight to Earth Cave.
And it looks like Darindrise is doing the same thing. So these guys are just basically hand in hand this whole...
Time to see what the Earth Cave holds for these runners, as Kyuketsuki is the first one to make it into the Earth Cave, opening up a chest with 14,000 gold. And immediately resetting out after seeing that Nightmare Evil Man tile.
Oh, it looks like Q's gonna go back. Guess we're gonna test those waters, or just didn't want to fight.
Didn't want the fight, but definitely wanted the gold. I can't blame Kyu for that at all.
Don't blame him at all for that either.
As Darindrise heads into the Hall of Giants to find, well, those encounters are not good at all.
No, they are absolutely worthless. We're going to see enough arachnids in this dungeon anyway, so we don't need to see more on a trap.
Kyu getting quite a bit more gold. Getting stuck behind some gargoyles, unfortunately.
Gonna fade them all down.
Come out and destroy those gargoyles with Poison Touch.
And while that was happening, Darindrise takes over, checks that trap tile out too, sees what it is, nopes out.
Darindrise taking a power cycle, getting rid of those encounters, and making his way down to where Kyu's at, as Kyu finds the loose cube!
There you go. See, I'm telling you, it's like Earth has the loose items, and man.
So if anybody of Team Sky is in here, let that chant be started.
Yep, Sky. Let's see what that incentive item is. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to take the trip through Earth, or are we just going to take the cube, run, and go to Sky?
Oh, Darren has decided to take on these evil men.
That's not a bad bit of experience. But as Darindrise is seeing right now, they don't mess around. They hit pretty hard.
Yeah, as the red mage is just sitting there on a knee, but he gets the encounter down and gets all of those light warriors up to level 10.
Got a small early level advantage on Darindrise's side. Looks like Q's going down. I'm going to keep diving down into deeper. Oh, Darindrise is too. All right, we're going to have a pretty solid race to live.
It's a party in the Earth Cave, and everybody's invited.
All we need now is a nice black belt hit. Explode Lich into some sparkles. It's going to be a great one.
Unfortunately, nothing of note in that top room of the second floor of Earth, as Kyu is going to go ahead and warp on out. Make a quick save, and Darindrise looks at it and goes, nah, there's another room. I'm just going to dive deeper. And Kyu is going to go ahead and head elsewhere.
I wonder if Q's gonna head on over to Sky.
That's a possibility, but Stop comes out, paralyzing one of the warriors. But Darindrise does make it out of the encounter, no problem. Just to run back into that encounter and immediately gets away.
Pretty good turn order for a good run.
Kyu, I do believe, is heading back to Elfland.
Looks like Q is debating on where to go, or thinking about something.
I think he's got that shop herb on his mind. Darindrise losing the black belt named Drag.
Oh, just 2,000 off. I mean, a quick grind outside of Elfland will get that herb for you.
He's so close on the money for it.
And of course, you know, herb's right there, so it's a very, very quick turn in.
As he takes to the sea again, and Darindrise enters the 3rd floor of the Earth Cave, opens up that first chest, gets a good 3,300 gold from it, and runs across a couple of wizards that just about take you out, Ragn.
That's okay. I can handle it. I'm tough. Looks like Darindrise is going to take that chest that hardly anybody checks. Let's see what's in there. Tent. Not much there.
I mean, right now, with there still being one loose item, you can't really leave any stone unturned.
Yeah, definitely don't want to orphan any chests in Earth. As we've already seen one loose in here, there could be both. We've seen
it happen multiple times.
little small bat block, but he gets out of the way real quick.
Shoutouts to the dang bats. As Darindrise slowly is approaching the vampire's lair and will be ready to get rid of that speed.
Looks like Q's over on Crescent Island doing the power cycle. Veteran move. I'll check. Let's see if Q checks all 4 little spots.
Now, I like Q doing this. It may not be the most efficient to do, but it will get the job done, especially considering that he is only about 3,000 gold off of it. Maybe less now. He may have enough gold for it. Darindrise getting ambushed by the spike tile, having a bit of a rough time, but makes it out just fine.
Now we're gonna go take over that mini bump of the vampire as soon as we take out these. Q's back on the sea. Where are we headed there, Q? We're gonna go back and get that herb?
So here's a question for you, Ragnarok. If vampire is the speed bump, does that make Lich a speed hump?
That is a very good question. I would imagine so.
So the chest behind Vampire that holds the ruby in vanilla only held about 3,000 gold this time around, so nice little bit of money. Darindrise will probably have the money to buy the herb after getting done with Earth, and gets a nice image encounter that unfortunately he doesn't get great light axe rolls for, but they have cremate.
Well, that light axe and that harm 3 is going to take care of them. We don't want to see any more of that cream. Alright,
Yeah,
Q's going to go get that herb now. See what it's going to turn into.
That cremate hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, it did. Don't want to see any more of those.
The cockatrice having no accuracy whatsoever, making life a little bit easier for Darindrise. But Darindrise just not able to run away until that second turn as Kyuketsuki gets the herb, turns in the herb, and gets a Thor hammer for 63,000 gold.
That is the most expensive hammer I've seen yet. Hate to see that. That's gotta hurt.
That was painful.
Oh, Darindrice's got a pro ranges chilling in there. Ooh, nachos. Who wants Mexican food?
I mean, I'd just take a plate of nachos anyway. Oh, do we have the sky play coming up from Kyuketsuki?
It looks like we do. But over on Darindrice's side, the other black melt dragon gets taken down by the nacho.
But hey, you and I both survived, Ragnarok.
We're too good for those nachos. We eat them up.
Kyu just outside of the dock towards Mirage, ready to land, ready to head up, ready to see what the incentive box is going to hold.
Alright, we've all been waiting for this. Let's see what's going on in Mirage and Sky. What are we holding on?
Kyu burning another encounter after Power Cycle, ready to run in on that hero run. First chest, just under 2,000. But that's a black shirt coming out of one of those chests. Really nice to see right now, especially with this Nightmare Badman encounter. As I almost call them okay men, because that's what I saw on the screen.
Yeah, that black shirt's really gonna help out. That casts ice too there. Nightmares, I'm pretty sure, are weak to ice.
You are correct on that. And the first encounter inside of Mirage is a Chimera pack.
So that black shirt's gonna really come in handy, right?
Kyu deciding to not use it as Darindrise continues running through Earth Cave. He knows he's deep enough into the Earth Cave that the best option is continuing to run through and not look back.
Now, with the first encounter being... Or no, this will be the second encounter, actually, because he burned off that first encounter for the Power Cycle. Would you, Sonny, go in and just go through the Power Cycles and take on those Chimeras for some levels, using that black shirt and Ice 3 that we already have?
So, considering having the black shirt as well as Ice 3, with the high roll of Ice 3 being 420 damage, it is really nice. But I don't know if we got to see what the HP looks like on the Chimera.
I don't think it was that much. They did look like they went down pretty fast.
I would probably drop to a 2-man and take them.
I think that would probably be the smart play. Get those levels up, especially knowing where it's at off the Power Cycle, and it'll be pretty quick getting up there. Because, oh, look at that loose key in the greater than less than. Sky provides.
Well, that is both loose items found. And on top of that, Kyu is in the incentive dungeon of the week, since it is Sky. There's only one thing that could go wrong, and that is if Kyu does decide to head up towards Tiamat and actually fight her.
I think he looks like Q's going out. Oh, was that Stone Touch I just saw?
You saw Glance.
Alright, and Darindrise just getting the business by these arachnids. Sleep. And sleep and sleep, and it looks like Stun Touch on. Oh, and they've got Nuke!
Were those Nuke Arachnids?
Those are some Nuke-nids!
Sleep into Nuke?
Oh, man! Did Darindrise save his cube, or does he still have it, or does he need to go back?
Darindrise getting himself pulled back together. Gonna head back into Earth. What the heck was that? Sleep into Nuke? That is gloriously evil.
That is just fantastic.
I love it.
I already hate spiders. I hate them even more now. But let's go, our Nuke-nids. Hey, I bet Bert is just living some kind of fantasy over here, seeing those, because he doesn't have to deal with them.
Nuclear arachnids. Not the actual ability nuclear, but the spell nuke. Kyuketsuki has decided to continue on into the Sky Castle. It's time to see what the box that normally holds the adamant is going to hold.
Did Kyuketsuki actually go out and save first, or did he just go ahead and just go straight up?
Do believe he has continued on forward.
Okay, because I was so paralyzed by just watching the nuke on Darindrise's side, I completely missed it. And the worst thing about that is that arachnids, they come in massive packs. And we got the ruby in the incentive chest.
Yeah, that's... Oh no. That ruby could actually say something. But Darindrise running through, just making his way back down to where he had the unfortunate wipe.
Now, quick thing, it was Avos doesn't have the key. Did he reset out?
Kyu may have run out, but it looks like Kyu is in a bit of a stun lock.
Oh no! Are you gonna make it out? Oh, paralyzed again. Oh, stun touch. Or no, that was...
Oh, Exfer comes out. And more gaze, more Exfer. This is just a bad situation for you, Kyuketsuki. Stop comes out!
Oh, they just gave Q the business right there. Oh.
And I can imagine that Kyu is on tilt right now.
And Darindrise now wipes out of Earth again, and I think he is just...
This party comp may lead into a battle of attrition. And what Kyu may have to do is grab that key, get out, go grab some levels off of a spike tile somewhere, and then come back in. And the same may actually be true for Darindrise.
Well, with that key, that's going to open up quite a few spike tiles. You got the Northwest Castle and Toph Kilo.
That's very true.
That's 3 spike tiles right there. Plus, I mean, if you want to do that whole marsh trip, which I doubt now since you got both blues, there's another spike tile down there in the lots.
Yes, and we don't know what the spike tile in front of the Marsh incentive chest holds as well.
So I'm curious to see where Q's going to go. Looks like he's going to go grab that key and probably just... Oh, no, he's going up. He's going straight to sky. Guess he wants that ruby. That opens up 2 incentive locations, Titans and Stardust, so...
I just had an idea as to how I think Kyu is routing this right now. So what I think Kyu is going to do is I think he's going to head up, grab that ruby immediately, warp back down to the floor that the cube is used, or maybe even warp back 1 floor and then warp out of the cube room to then get to greater than less than, grab that key, warp back to the 1st floor, run it.
That sounds like a pretty solid plan right there.
We will see here in a moment as he queues up a Thor Hammer, a Fade, and I do believe that was a Lit 2.
And it looks like Darindrise is going to make that play now, so you should hopefully see his cube here shortly. Or his...
You should see the key very soon, and then head up towards the incentive chest to get that.
And it looks like off the power cycle in the desert, there's sandwiches.
Since the Mirage Desert is split up into a couple different encounter zones, this is pretty good for Darindrise.
That's very good, especially 3-manning it. It's going to get that black belt up fairly quick to 21 at least, very easily, and they rolled low.
Now, while we have been talking, Rag, I do want to welcome the people from Speed Gaming Deutsch and Speed Gaming 5 to this Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring 2020 or Spring Tournament 2020 race between Kyuketsuki and Darindrise, both 1 and 2, looking to go 2 and 2 and still have a very good shot to make the last chance qualifier and the play-in race for bracket stages. This is the 4th week of Swiss. We have 2 more weeks after this. We have a random element next week, and then week 6 is our Chaos Week.
What are you hoping for, Sonny, for next week?
I want this week again. I love Sky Week.
I do too. I'm hoping for some Sky next week. And why don't you give the audience a little knowledge on what the Chaos Week is?
So, the Chaos Week has 3 loose items, not including the canal, which is loose by design of these flags. So what a loose item is it can appear in... It's a key item that can appear in any box in the world, or an incentivized item, if you will.
And these 3 loose items are what we're going to be searching for. And of course, as you just stated, the Chaos will have no prime elements to it. So no Earth incentive, no Sky, no Fire, and no Sea incentive. It could end up in the incentive boxes, but it's just going to be loose everywhere. Those boxes could just hold anything.
We'd like to welcome those from Speed Gaming to this Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament 2020 race between Kyuketsuki and Darindrise. As Kyu makes it out of Mirage, did he remember to pick up the key, or is he heading back in to grab the key right now?
No, we're going to take out these vampires first. I think he went out, got to save. I don't know if he used the house or not. He may be going all the way up.
We shall soon find out.
He's after the key.
He says, I want that key. I want to get out of here. I want to get more key items checked. Now, one thing I don't think we've gone over with the incentives and all that stuff is the incentive locations with these falls. So since this is one of the element weeks, that does incentivize the Sky Castle or Flying Fortress. And that incentive chest is where the adamant would be in vanilla.
Yes.
So that's the bottom left chest of the 2nd floor of the Sky Castle itself. But with Earth Cave, it's the chest that's behind the vampire. In the Fire Week Mount Golg, it's the chest that's guarded by red dragons in vanilla. And in the Sea Week, in Sea Shrine, it's the chest that normally contains the slab on the mermaid floor. There are the Stone Touch Cerberuses striking back.
Oh, and they've got Blizzard too.
But Q is going to make it out no problem. Now with Chaos Week, there are no incentivized element dungeons, as Ragnarok said. But there are still 3 other incentivized locations, being Castle Ordeals, Ice Cave, and Titan's Cave itself, outside of the NPCs.
Yep. And it looks like Darindrise is continuing on with his sandwich grind. And now he's down to 2 manning it. I think they're level 17.
Darindrise is sitting at level 17, taking a really good approach with getting these sandwiches down, and I gotta say, it's looking pretty good. I think he's gonna stop at 21 and head on in after getting that white mage back up.
That's a pretty heads-up play by Darindrise to check that power cycle and find out what's out here, because it's really doing him a great justice right now, getting those levels.
Darindrise already getting some good damage out from that black belt. I like what he's doing here, and our tracker Avos Ruin thinking Darindrise may be wanting to get enough levels to clear Sky in one go, and that very well may be the case too.
He might be getting that black belt to 21, so he can start getting that initial 6 hits in. It's going to be just great for damage.
It's going to be.
Looks like our buddy Kyuketsuki is going to head over and turn in that ruby and see what started.
Now, there's not much left on the table that it could be. We still have Canoe that's needed. There's still a couple of fetch quests out there. The Crown, as well as the Adamant. And we could even see the legendary Floater Canoe combo here.
And wouldn't that just be great for Q at that point? Getting that airship, getting into the sky, going in and checking all the other locations you're not going to be able to right this moment without the canoe, which would be the waterfall, ordeals, and ice.
Darindrise finally at the point of feeling comfortable enough to head into Mirage Tower. Got a few good levels there on both the black belt and the red. Red mage should be packing quite a few charges as Kyuketsuki saves outside of Titan's Trove, heads back in, gets to the chest,
and
opens
there's
the 3 before the end. That's the canoe.
Sorry about cutting you out there.
It's all good.
So we got one half of the piece of the puzzle to the airship. Let's see what started.
What's it gonna be, Ragnarok?
I'm gonna hope it is a fetch quest. Give me an adamant. Give me a. We got an adamant. Let's go, pet.
This guy calling it. The fetch quest of the adamant. I love it.
I love a good fetch quest. Let's keep them out of the skies for as long as possible. I want to see another floaterless seed. I want to see these guys go through some pain. But I also want to see them get through this. And Darindrise picks up his key in a box. And just thinks about it.
So, since that key was in a box, if that box were locked and you needed a key to open that box, you get a key from a key.
Well, I mean, he didn't get the herb yet, so he hasn't bought that herb. He didn't get his, $63,000 hammer. He could have just popped the lock if he...
That's true.
But nothing like finding a key in a box to open up some more boxes.
As Q heads back to Melman, going ahead and getting a quick save in. Q does have access to a few different areas. Ice Cave, Castle Ordeal, Waterfall.
And can head on into the volcano, see what the armories hold.
With that in mind, though, where do you head to? Question in chat from JLo7. Have we seen the other loose? It was the cube in Earth Cave.
Love those loose items in Earth.
Q sailing back around to Elfland.
Now I'm trying to figure out why Q went here since the easy turn in. Oh, it looks like he's gonna get some of those gold bracelets and some pro rings.
I can't blame him for doing this. He can buy one gold bracelet and one pro ring, and both of those will go a decent ways.
Yeah,
Darindrise is looting Sky Floor 1.
Yeah, the pro ring gonna give us some death protection. That gold bracelet is gonna help us out with our absorb, keep that red mage alive a little bit longer. And I want to say we're gonna go turn in that adamant now.
I do believe that you're right on this one, Rag. I think he is going to turn in that adamant.
And he's gonna keep that white mage stone so we can do our little double grind of black belt, red mage, get them up some levels a little bit.
Well, I thought Q was going to turn in adamant. Instead, he's sailed himself over by Ice Cave.
Nice. Looks, but is he going back to Sky?
That's a possibility.
He keeps going up and a little bit to the left. We'll be back towards Sky. I'm really curious to ask whenever we get Q up into the booth here. I've got a question on this one. What was the decision making? Oh, we're going back down. So I guess Ice is going to be the.
That might be the case, and Darindrise just cruising on through Sky Castle right now. Running straight towards the incentive chest. About to pick up that ruby.
Then he can go get his canoe and his fetch quest adamant. Or are we going to go ahead and continue up? I'm going to guess Darindrise is already here. Going to take on Tiamat. We're going to get our first order blitz soon. I can just...
Yeah, I have a pretty good feeling that that's going to happen as well. As Kyuketsuki makes a save outside of Ice Cave. Power Cycle is going to burn off an encounter and run into the Ice Cave. It's into the cold, cold depths. Kyuketsuki dives.
What do you hope that's going to be up in here, Sonic?
Opal bracelet.
Ooh, now that's nasty. I love.
And it took me a moment to think about what's left in the pool. If it's not Opal bracelet, I'm hoping tail.
Because that's just going to be just about as useless due to the fact we got the black belts. We don't want to promote just yet because we don't want to lose our magic defense.
Exactly. Ooh, Wraiths for Q. This encounter could be a little nasty, especially considering he's only got the 2 alive, but he does get out of there, no problem.
And here's that warp trick.
It's the crown! I'm okay with that.
On the other side, Darindrise picks up a ribbon in Sky.
Well, we already have a ribbon, so that is quite good to see. And Darindrise having more than enough warp charges to be able to make it through the 3rd floor pretty efficiently. Does check those 6 chests even though it's not necessary. But having the safety of that ribbon, I like.
I like Darindrise's chances too, especially right now. Getting that ribbon is going to help protect that red mage. It's got life 2 on the red mage. So I think that red mage is going to be pretty solid. And as soon as we got the crown, Q just nopes out, gets out of there, and maybe we'll do both fetch quests. Are we going to remember that Adam?
I think the chances of both fetch quests being hit right now is pretty high.
I'm just hoping Q remembers, you know, he's got that adamant, get that turned in along with the crown.
He does have that metal bar.
You know, one would think with that heavy metal right there weighing you down, you. And like Avos is pointing out in chat, these man cats completely unrunnable, and they are just lighting up Darindrise.
They really are, and Darindrise's reserves are running a little dry right now. He's having to chip them down slowly but steadily, but these man cats are doing quite a bit of damage. And they're...
Tony, it looks like you're sleeping on the job there now.
Yeah, I had to take a nap, I'm sorry. Oh no, the Black Belt Dragon is about to... Never mind, not even about to. There goes the Black Belt Dragon.
Oh.
Things do not look good for Darindrise, and Darindrise unfortunately has to reset.
No, did we run out of fade charges? I didn't see that. That just hurt.
Darindrise did run out of fade charges. Could not survive through that man-cat amp.
Oh, that hurts. Now, I wonder if Q just took a quick bio break and was sitting on that screen.
Yeah, I think Q had to make a quick run, if you will.
Now, let's see what the Elfland Castle has to hold in our little armory shop up.
1800 gold and an opal helmet. Not bad.
Yeah, a little bit of housing too. We're taking the long route here to the.
Now, I do like how Q is just running 2 warrior strats at this point, with that white mage being turned to stone. With what Q has available on the red mage, it's pretty solid. As we find out that the crown leads to the Oxy Ale, and Astos has thunder.
Astos opened it up with his own Thor hammer, bringing the thing. Oh!
And he
no!
follows it up with crack!
Oh, he just said, open up the earth and I shall give you crack.
Big oof!
Oh, and he didn't save before going in. He's got to make that run again.
Jeez.
Man, I don't think they're going to like me after this.
Yeah, so if anybody in chat is wondering who rolled the seed, this is not a me special.
This is a Ragnarok special.
Alright, Astos does go down the second time.
There we go. Oh, where you going? Check those key locks.
Heading out to save, running back in to go check the key lock. He Solid move
possibly
from
those spike
Kyu.
tiles. Yes, gotta check those spike tiles too. Maybe there's a pretty good grind.
Finding a falchion, 536 gold and 2,000 gold. That's an ogre hyena tile.
Nah, it's pretty worthless right now. And Darindrise gets his ruby again.
So I like the question in chat from Burt Reynolds. How did Astos end up worse than vanilla? Very careful.
I gave him the powers. That's what happened. Oh, Darindri's running from a 4 Hydra. That's pretty good experience to run from.
That is really good EXP to run from. But a triple wizard vampire encounter is that's pretty nice.
Yeah, the only thing is they hit pretty hard. I'd prefer to take that 4 Hydra and just it's an easier experience. Hooray! And it's easier experience. They have a lot less HP and don't hit as hard unless they roll something. And look, there's the floater. There we go. Now we can get. Hooray!
So we have the floater behind the adamant, behind the ruby, that was in Sky 2 that you had to get the chime from the king and the cube from Earth 1. I would not put Kyu in the lead right now. Darindrise has a massive level advantage over Kyu, and Kyu has yet to find a good tile to get levels. Ah, that's glare!
Yeah, it was. And it was George who casted that.
That was just a little painful to see. Kyu stocking up on a couple houses as Darindrise makes it to the teleporter and is on the Bridge of Destiny. Get your bless RNGs out because I want to see him get a War Mag. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to see a War Mech. Let's see how this black belt stands up to the robot. But we're gonna eat some nachos before.
Some good EXP coming out from those nachos. See y'all in chat also getting those robots out there as well.
That's right. Let's see this robot chicken. We're already hungry for some nachos. Are you ready for some chicken?
So Warmech could still be really bad at this point. Because Warmech is shuffled in with the boss pool. And the boss pool that it's shuffled into is the Fiend 2 and Chaos pool.
Which, if you get that robot chicken, you will get a small knowledge barrier of what you won't see.
So question in chat from Eternal Newbie. How many loose key items are there? There are 2 loose key items, not including the connect. Darindrise still on the Bridge of Destiny as Kyu has flown over to Lefane.
We're gonna see what that slab turns into, and then I have a feeling we're either gonna check out the ordeals and then head to Waterfall and make that sea play. This is a really nice experience that you can get from Darindrice's side and runs from it.
No Warmech with that many encounters on the Bridge of Destiny.
Makes you wonder where that encounter rate is.
Alright. We have our first Fiend pulled at the hour and 1 minute 40-second mark. Fast coming out onto the black belt. 3 hits from Tiamat for 166. And Viz 2 going out, getting those stacks of evasions. as the black belt swings 10 hits for 144 damage. Decent damage coming out from that black belt. Temper going out. 3 hits for 156 onto Ragnarok. Ragnarok unfortunately taking a dirt nap, but 10 hits for 113 damage after a temper. Not much damage going out. Tiamat retorting with an attack. 2 hits, 53, but the black belt dragon swings 10 hits, 130. Still not doing too terribly much damage overall. Darindrise gonna go ahead and wall up that black belt. Tia, 1 hit, 55, but 12 hits from the black belt dragon, only doing 96 damage. There's not much damage going out. Tiamat hitting the red mage for 159, but the return damage from the black belt still not too terribly much at 119, but 10 hits, 242. We finally have good damage coming out. Ice 3 just dealing chip damage. And now Quad X coming out. Not getting the job done. 8 hits for 138 from the black belt. We don't know where Tiamat's health is right now. Quad X coming out again, still not getting it done. 11 hits for 160. This Tiamat has quite a bit of health. Another Quad X coming out, still not effective. 7 hits for 105 as the black belt now takes a knee. This is looking a little dicey. And there I go, the red mage, but 10 hits for 234 takes down Tiamat.
Woo, man, that was a fight.
Darindrise has his first orb lit. We'll say probably the 1 hour, 4 minute mark. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 53 seconds.
While all that was going on, Hugh picks up the tail from Lufane and headed straight for and promoted. That kind of hurts because that black belt's not going to get that M down.
So I think the reason that Kyu promoted before actually getting levels is because these guys have 2 wallcasters.
That is true. Do have those wallcasters, and a defense sword. That's really good. And that's really.
That defense sword coming at the time that it does is extremely nice.
Darindrise opens up his air orb. We're gonna probably head over, turn in that ruby, get our canoe, get that adamant, and we'll see if he turns that adamant in for that floater and gets me.
So right now, when it comes to levels, Darindrise most definitely has the lead. But exploration-wise, I gotta say, it's going to Kyu at this point.
We're gonna take a pit stop over in Provoca, get our characters back up, get our light warriors running again, stop sleeping on the job.
So, question in chat from Harizzle. Is this black belt only? No, this was a party draft. Darindrise had the first choice of the party draft and opened up with white mage. Kyuketsuki responded without missing a beat, black belt, black belt. And Darindrise closed the draft with the red mage. Kyuketsuki now diving into Mount Golg. Making quick work of it. Kyu is in go mode. Darindrise still has quite a bit to get through before actually being in go mode. But Darindrise does have a ribbon as well as 1 orb.
It's still going to be a pretty close race. Gonna see Kyuketsuki go down here. Gonna beat up that carry. let's hopefully find a good trap tile. Slam out some levels. There you go. There's a good trap tile. Zombie D's. That's really...
This is a really nice tile. It's really going to come down to how much life it has.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he picked up harm, and ooh, down goes the red mage.
Oh, did I just see Slep come out from it?
Oh, I think he did.
If that Slep had turned around in a nuke, then we would know that nuke's on the Medusa.
Yeah, and it was sleep. Ooh. Yeah, nuke on a Medusa tile. That would have, what, 3 enemies, if I'm not mistaken, with all that yummy...
Yeah, that would be 3 enemies with the Medusa script. So that would mean 3 enemies have nuke.
So, arachnids, zombie Ds, and I wonder what else would have it.
That's a good question.
My hope would be the mummies, but I think we've already seen the script for mummies. I don't think... While Darindrise picks up his canoe, gonna go down to Stardeck, get his adamants, and go turn all of that in.
Our tracker Ava is pointing out, we saw a Slep followed by a nuke earlier. And that's why, as soon as I saw Slep and realized that was the first spell out, yeah, I think you know exactly how I felt. Kyu, though, has gotten down to the bottom of Mount Gold. Still searching for a ring. Has not found one yet, but has this encounter tile that he's able to take down with just a Thor Hammer use.
Here comes the mummies. And doesn't look like they have anything. So, don't produce a script.
Darindrise gets the adamant and is ready to do a fetch quest. Kyu about to check the fire incentive chest, the red dragon chest, to get a pro cake.
It's the only shield type equipment that mages can wear.
That it is, and even though it does provide a very minor amount of absorb, it's still quite good, especially if needed in a tough situation. Kyu does end up bringing the White Wizard back to resurrect the Red Wizard. A solid move from Kyuketsuki.
They better heal that red mage. Because that white mage being on the top slot can be very dicey trying to get the...
Has a slight menuing mistake, but does get that red wizard healed up as Kyuketsuki now pulls at carry. Opening up with Fade. Gonna go ahead and fast the black belt, and the black belt's going to 4 hits for a flat 100. Fast goes out. Carry has Poison Touch. Darindrise gets the floater at this point. More temper going out, but that's thunder coming out from Carry. 8 hits for 414 will take Carry 1 down for Kyu, and Kyu has his first orb lit at the hour 11-minute mark.
Oh, what a find! Darindrise picks up the Mazmoon and the Dwarf Kilo.
If that carry had more HP, that carry would have been atrocious.
Yeah, Carry was packing some thunder there.
But with Darindrise picking up the Mazmoon, he now has some pretty good attack power, I gotta say.
And that Mazmu's gonna do some work for that red mage. Now he's got 2 people who can melee down some stuff. Save those spell charges.
Dish out quite a bit of damage overall. As Kyuketsuki, as I shudder for a moment, heads into Earth. If you were here earlier, you may have noticed that arachnids have sleep into
and they come with a vengeance. And if I'm not mistaken, they also have stun touch too. So on top of that, they can stun you to get that.
Now it's time to hope that Kyu doesn't run into them, since Kyu does not have enough health to survive it.
Not quite. Yeah, and really wish he could find that good grind tile, get those levels up on that black belt. That black belt will skyrocket in HP really fast. Ooh, and glare comes out from the wizard, takes down the black belt. But the red mage is able to take care of it, pull that black belt right back up, and we are still heading down the. While Darindrise buys his expensive Thor hammer and heads on out to pick up his airship because he now has the floater.
As he heads to the Ryukon Desert, Kyu continues diving into Earth Cave, ready to continue on through and just defeat the Lich. Have that second orb lit. Be ready to take on the last 2 Fiend dungeons. As Darindrise enters the Ryukon Desert, unearths the airship at the 1 hour, 14 minute, we'll call it 5-second mark, and is now in the air.
Gonna go pick up some supplies and then probably, I would say, head to either Volcano or which we already know the crown is an ice, which is required because it gives us the.
It does. And at this point, Darindrise is going to have to go get that crown sometime soon. But we see level 7 exit here in Gaia. And Darindrise is going to go ahead and check the shop as well. Find some houses, and that's something he's looking for.
Houses are really nice. Get that real estate.
As some people have heard me say from time to time, it's free real estate.
It's cheap real estate. Get a lot of. Ooh, and the wizards take down the red mage. Now all that's left is the black belt. Can Q get to Lich and take him?
That's going to be the question. Q getting HP maxed out on that master. Runs into trolls, gets a first strike. Makes it through that encounter due to the first strike. So luck was on his side. He is now onto Lich's floor.
Oh, there's the arachnids, but he's in a high enough level to get him to run away. Hopefully they run. Oh,
and he's asleep!
Oh, he's up. Can we go? There's Cremate.
There goes Cremate!
There's one left.
He can't run.
Oh, he gets through.
Oh,
that's a heart pounder. Does Q know that they have nuke? Oh, there's more. Oh, sleep hits.
There's sleep, and a lot of it at that.
Oh, we got him right back down.
So sleep into sleep.
Oh, just wake up or run. Get the. Oh, there's Nuke.
There's the
Oh,
nuke!
rolled. Oh, no! That's so close.
Oh no!
You get the business at the very late hour right in front of Lich's door.
And I like the comment made in chat. Sleep before eternal sleep. Thank you for that one, Super Red Jack. That is great.
That's a good one. Definitely got the eternal sleep there.
So, question in chat from Gregory Puff, was that a lost grind? No. No, it was not. We have found a script that is sleep into nuke.
Nothing better.
Nasty script.
Those nuke nids, they are just roasting it.
And Kyu is running back in. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and there's glare. And George just glaring everybody down.
And there's Glance that missed. And then Frost.
And Trance. Man, Earth is just nasty today. Darindrise headed into the deep bowels of the volcano, or the waterfall, and he's finding his arachnids again. His fate. He gets that fade off right away, and you will not see the Slepnik.
Now, one thing I want to point out, because we saw it for a brief moment, Out of Bounds Bat was actually shown. That's
Shout out to Out of Bounds Bat.
That's the bottle from the robot, and we know that the bottle is going to lead to either the Opal Bracelet or the Power Gauntlet.
I'm hoping for that Opal Bracelet. You're going to have enough power that level 32 to 42 black belt. You don't really. And Q back down in the lower bowels of... I want to say the other word.
Deeper and deeper into Earth Cave, Q dives.
Will he find some more nuke nids? We'll see here shortly. I'm hoping he finds some.
I am going to stand indifferent on this one. Where I want him to, I don't want him to.
I want him to because I love seeing runners get the business. I don't want him to as well, due to the fact we want a good race here. We want to see a close finish. And while we're going on with this, Darindrise is headed to the ferry, going to pop the bottle, see what the ferry's going to give us. We know it's one of two items, and it's the Opal.
Hey, that Opal Cheerio is nice, though.
It is some pretty good absorb.
And that's a dead master for Kyu from death.
Well, at least he's got life 2 on that red mage, so it's going to help pick him back up. White mage is back up, so he decided to bring up the white mage, which I don't think had any life 2 charge.
It did not, but Kyu back on to Lich's floor. Who does not run into any arachnids on the first encounter, which is good.
Well, don't jinx it yet. He's still got a little bit to go. Alright, he makes
He's good. Kyu has made it to Lich. Let's see how bad question mark Lich is. Master swings 5 hits, 170 fast going out. Gonna give a flat double on those hits, but fade coming out 290.
Speed bump or speed hump.
The Space Drake arachnids do show up on the lower floors. They showed up on floor 5.
They showed up right in front of Lich's door, and yes, a big old whomp. Key.
As Kyuketsuki heads over towards, I want to say that he's over by Onrak.
Yes, I think he's gonna check out the waterfall, which he doesn't need to, obviously. He's probably just gonna head down to sea, go straight to Krakenside, go beat up on some octopus.
He stops and checks his items and realizes, oh hey, I'm in go. Let's go.
And Darindrise is in ice, gonna pick up his last fetch quest into his go mode item, and he can get going.
So, even though Kyuketsuki does have the orb lead right now, or yeah, he does have the orb lead with the Earth Orb lit as well, Darindrise still has that level lead over Kyu.
Yes, and that's really going to play big factors in total.
First encounter in the Sea Shrine is the encounter we all love to hate to love to see.
Nothing like some unrunnable Wiz and Red Sahag. I'm actually kind of surprised that the black shirt didn't take out those Red Sahags. They've got a little bit of HP on them, but that Lit 2 is going to help.
Yeah, Lit 3 coming out, dealing quite a bit of damage, but not taking out the Wizard Seahags.
Oh, down goes that black belt again. He's got to keep that black belt upright so he can gain some experience.
Yeah, he may have level 21.
I would suggest at this point to put that red mage up there at the top slot so that way he can absorb some of that hits, keep that black belt alive just a little bit longer, get his black belt up a couple more levels, and then put him back up. At this point, you've got 2 life casters. You can sack one so you can get your main damage dealer up.
I can't disagree with that, actually. Sacking one of them probably would be a really good play right now, just to be able to get that Master or Black Belt up to 32.
And with the White Mage already have been danned for a little while or stoned, it would be good to just put that White Mage up there. And Darindrise, taking the lower level of ice, finds a Bane Sword and a Sun Sword.
And he moves the Mosmune over to the person that should be wielding it, because go Vorpal. I'm just gonna say it right now. But Kyu, diving deeper into the Sea Shrine, going as far as he possibly can.
Oh, looks like Darindrise is going to eat up some of those tiles. Who is he trying to dan the White Mage? Is what it looks like he's doing. So he just put the Mosmune on the White Mage, going to dan the White Mage.
Alright.
Well, we're going to get a look at the lower level of ice to see what's in there. I mean, it's really not necessary. He did get his crown. Oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He's got a grind tile here.
Darindrise is going to go ahead and take these Big Eyes as well as the Gur Sharks and get some levels off of them.
Good experience.
It's really good EXP, especially with a 2-man party or 2 warrior party. As Kyuketsuki runs into another Sahagan encounter.
Gotta love those Sahag packs. I'm gonna say that he's gonna take that black belt up to at least 32, if not a little bit higher, so he can have Topher range to 40. Truth
be told, I think 32 is all that's going to be needed. with
Probably so.
with this tile, the EXP gains are going really fast. And considering you have one character wielding Maza and then the other just throwing punches that are just knocking the enemies into next week, it's not going to take long to get this done.
Yeah, he's gonna blow through Topher when he gets.
Homercles, that's exactly what Darindrise did. Darindrise has the Mosmian equipped on the red mage, and then has the black belt just punching. The Kyuketsuki still continuing deeper into C. And Darindrise has run into the one problem that was going to happen, and that's, you know, that red mage doesn't have any restorative spells.
Yeah, I mean, at least he brought a whole bunch of heal pots, so. There we go, there's max experience. 2 Gersharks, 2 big eyes.
Yeah, it's really good. And was that a missed punch I just saw?
I missed. Ooh, so the Gersharks are a little bit evasive. That mass mute's gonna take it down there.
Huh. As soon as I saw the word miss appear, I was just like, what?
Q's still checking boxes. Not sure what he's looking.
I do believe Q is looking for a ribbon, and he has yet to return up to Sky Castle.
Yeah, there was one there, and those are bones with frost. It's gonna be a little trouble.
Yeah, since those red bones have frost, they're gonna deal a little bit of damage.
Especially with no protection against it.
So, question in chat from Sarah, is this a naked black belt or does it have armor? It has no armor, it's a naked black belt.
Yeah, I believe once you hit around 21, unless you've got Opal with ribbon and pro ring, it's best to keep the black belt with nothing on.
Alright, Kiyu has made it to Kraken's floors. Darren continues getting more and more EXP from these Gersharks and Big Eyes. I like the play coming from Darren here.
Yes, very much so. And I'm really happy that Q is taking fights along the way to Kraken. He needs to get those.
Since he's running 3-man right now, he is doing what I like to call a walking grind. So Kyu, just a few steps away from Kraken himself. And I gotta ask you, Ragnarok, how many hits do you think Kraken 1's gonna be packing this time around?
Oh, I would say at least 5. And if he's got fast, he's really going to be throwing some...
You know, I'm going to take a guess on this and say Kraken's going to be packing 7 hits. Kyuketsuki switching party order, getting the White Wizard up at the front of the party.
That's very smart, and you moved that defense over too. So where are we going to open up? We got the white shirt coming out, defense sword, and fast on the block. Lit 2 comes out, doing a little bit of damage. Defense goes off, fast goes off. We got that white shirt. We got some evasion going on. Another white shirt. Temper. We're going to start swinging with that black belt. 10 hits, 403 damage. Down goes the white mage. Black belt punches back, takes down Kraken. And that's how you swing a fist.
That's how you swing a fist. I like that. That was a Kraken that needed to get more HP.
Yeah, definitely didn't skip leg day, but definitely didn't take on the HP race.
Yeah.
Yes, the defense was in Cardia. I don't remember which one. I think it might have been the Forest. I think it was Cardia.
It was Cardia Forest. You are correct. Darindrise done getting levels. Kyu, saving at the end, has 3 orbs lit.
3 orbs lit, saving, good calls. Gonna probably restock on those heal potions and take off for Sky. Hopefully this time, while he's back in Sky, he will find that ribbon, but we'll see.
And I do believe Kyu had to make another run to the facilities as Darindrise burns off a couple encounters and is ready to start taking on the rest of this seed after turning in the crown.
Yep, he's going to get that last go mode item right here. Take on this Thunder Astos. Let's see if that...
There's the Oxy Ale and the Astos fight coming right up.
No Thunder. We're gonna see this go down without much of a fight. Black Belt takes it down, 341 damage. See you later, Astos. Thank you for your Oxiel, you kindly old.
So I just want to point out that a level 32 Black Belt just hit Astos only once.
Pretty evasive.
That evade was really high.
Really high because 32 Black Belts should be throwing out 8 hits. Only
31, 32, close enough. I thought he hit 32, but even still.
Okay, so Simple Sarah saying 31 in chat. Almost there.
It's still absolutely impressive to see that much evade on Astos, especially considering he is an early boss.
Very much. Q gonna burn off that encounter, head into Mirage, or is he gonna take the Anklo fights? Nope, okay. He's gonna nope out of that. Now I wonder if he'll take that power cycle and see that sandwich station on the first power cycle.
Ooh, that's a possibility.
He is searching, but if he just does that power cycle, he will find those sandwiches and he can start munching on some experience.
Yeah, if he power cycles and heads up or right, he should be okay. But he may also be looking for the legendary blue steak.
Yes, the rarest of the rare steak. Darindrise finds that zombie detail. Maybe we'll get to see Cure comes out. I don't think we saw Cure on Arachnid, so that's probably not the Medusa's.
Yeah.
And we got steak and wings on Q's side.
We do have steak and wings. Good stuff from Q. Now I'm hungry.
I am famished. Give me some of that steak.
Nom nom. Alright. Power cycle from Kyu. Burns off the encounter. We have the 32 black belt online for Darindrise, which means the train's coming.
Darindrise is headed right down to the depths of the volcano. Look out, Carrie. Here comes a
The pain train is coming. As Darindrise just runs through the volcano like it's nothing.
That's definitely going to be a hot knife through butter on this. I wonder whenever Q burned off that encounter, saw that sandwich.
With the zone that Q was in, I do believe he would have gotten red anklos again.
Okay. I didn't actually see it. I was looking over on Darindrise.
Darindrise taking greed boxes right now.
Yeah, a second ribbon at this point would be very helpful for Darindrise, but we already know, because we've already seen through here, there's not going to be.
And Kyuketsuki has already made it to the tile before the Q block. So now Q has made it up onto top of the Flying Fortress. Or up to the top of Mirage and onto the Flying Fortress. As Darindrise pulls carry. It's going to be a quick fight with a fade coming out, a Mazza swing, and that's it.
Yep, a fade, Mazza swing, and a punch from the black belt queued up. Carry was standing. Nope.
Carry was sent home packing. The black belt just went, I don't feel like doing anything.
Ooh, nuke it.
Hey, they returned.
And then they left. Alright, now we're going to head on down to Earth. We're going to take a peek at Lich. We're going to see that speed bump get run over. And we are going to head on down to C for Darindrise.
You mean there was a speed bump?
I'm pretty sure there was.
I didn't notice any speed bumps.
Well, smooth sailing, that's all you really want to see anyway, so. Oh, Darindrise taking a little side quest here. Did he see something from before he wanted?
He may have. I'm not 100% certain.
I really don't remember anything being in this room. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was nothing in.
Yeah, I didn't remember anything being in there either. So, it threw me off just a little bit. I like what True Rhyme said. Needed that cloth. Oh, dang bat. We got a bat block.
Yeah, dang bat in full force here. Also, I was going to say something about that cloth. You got to have a blanket when you're taking dirt.
I like that. Make use of that blanket. Keep yourself.
Yeah, we'll just Cuke and just put that cloth over them.
Not even two high roll nukes, man, but even a high roll and a mid roll.
Well, at least right now, Dragon and Sonic can survive at least one nuke.
I mean, you're pretty close to being able to survive a nuke as well, Rag, so I have a feeling that by the end of the seed, you'll be able to survive a nuke, no problem.
Let's hope so. I don't like taking dirt naps. I like being in the air.
A man of being in the fray. Alright, Kyu making some pretty quick progress up Sky Castle. Darindrise just tearing on through Earth.
Now he's putting on the afterburners. He knows he's got his go mode items. It's time to go, go, go. Both runners probably feeling a little bit behind, being at the 1 hour 40-minute mark.
Kyu is heading in the correct direction to get a ribbon. He's about to be heavily rewarded here.
That first box, as soon as he walks in the door, should hold that.
But first, the unrunnable Man-Cat Medusa encounter.
And we've seen that before, and that took Darindrise out the first time he was. It looks like Q is a little bit more well equipped on this run through. Got that fade out. Gonna grab that rip.
But he can't hold it because he doesn't have enough inventory slots. He's gonna go ahead and drop that iron shield and pick up that ribbon.
And just while we're here, pick up the rest of the chest. While Darindrise running down on Lich's floor, sees the pack of Nukenids, and it's like, no. No, no, no. Throws out a nice 3. Take.
Whew. Fortunately, not an ambush from arachnids.
I think at this point, with the black belts levels, they would just run.
Alright, Kyuketsuki. Checking all of Sky 3. Trying to find a second ribbon. And comes up short on that and only gets the 1 ribbon as Darindrise pulls Lich. We're either going to see Fade kill it, we're going to see Maza kill it, or we're going to see this Punch kill it.
Black belt throws out quite a few hits, throat punches Lich into oblivion, and down goes Lich.
But Lich doesn't have a throat.
Okay, so he gut punches him.
There we go. I mean, if you actually look at Lich, it's just bones.
That's true. He just got dismembered.
And I'm gonna take your bones and rearrange them a little bit.
Scatter them all over the floor.
And now you gotta pick them all up.
And there's that glance again. Black belt gets stoned.
Oh no.
Level 32 still can't bounce a glance.
Hey, RNG is gonna RNG.
That it is, my friend.
We have more nachos for Kyu, and we are very close to Kyu being on the Bridge of Destiny.
Let's get those blessed RNGs out. We want to see a robot chicken. We didn't get it on Darindrise's side. Can we get it on Q?
But first, we have to get through this nacho battle. And there it is. We are so close to the Bridge of Destiny. We need a war mech to show up.
We want that robot chicken. Can we get it? And he's on a different counter cycle. Can we find the...
Alright, first encounter, Metal Slime. Second encounter, Red Hydra's. Good experience encounter here for Kyu. But
there
unfortunately,
you go. Take those fights.
It does end up being an ambush, but that's not the worst case scenario for this encounter. Especially considering that Kyu still needs to get that black belt up to 32.
And 3,000 experience can help get him. Darindrise picks up his white shirt.
And Kyu encounters another Red Hydra pack.
Gonna take him. Gonna take him down.
They're
gonna get
really low HP. That black shirt roll for 93 damage killed one. Third encounter from Kyu is a fighter. Decent EXP here. But unfortunately, no war mech again.
Gonna move the black belt down to the 3rd position. We're getting prepped for Tia.
Unfortunately, we did not have a robot friend today whatsoever. Things did not go as planned.
Moving some stuff around. We're gonna get started on Tia. Throwing out the white shirt, fasten up the black belt.
Here it goes.
134 from Tia. Poison touch 2. Another 2 hits. Didn't see the damage. Tempered out. Black belt. Queued up. Let's see what he's going to do. 11 hits, 196 damage. Big absorb. Getting those white shirts out. Get that evasion up. Another punch from the black belt. 11 hits, 203 damage. 2 hits from Tia. Poisons the white mage. Throw out a cure for. Get more tempers. Punch more for the black belt. 56 damage from Tia. Got the evasion up. 11 hits, 165 damage. Another temper. Gonna start chipping down damage. Ice 3. 40 damage. Black belt punches. 9 hits, 336 damage. Fade comes out. 222 damage. Still standing as Tia. And while Tia's going on, Darindrise just knocks down Kraken. Lights his 4th orb.
But
Tia goes down. Lights his 4th orb. We've got a race.
That was 12 hits, 702 damage taking down Tiamat. It took 3 tempers, I believe, to actually destroy Tiamat's Absorb. We have a race right now as Darindrise is about to land outside of Temple of Fiends and re-enter Temple of Fiends at the 1 hour 48 minute mark as Kyuketsuki encounters the legendary blue steak, the T-Rex.
There we go. We got some blue steak. Love that encounter rate. Team steak. Darindrise walks into Temple of Fiends. 1 hour, 48 minutes, 20 seconds. He is in Topher.
And now, it is going to be the question of what does Topher hold for Darindrise? How nasty is this Topher going to be? As Kyuketsuki is going for a grind.
He got his steak. No wings with this one.
Darindrise has a good lead.
He's got never 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how long this grinds.
He was never really that far behind in levels due to him getting them early on. And those early levels mean a heck of a lot.
Does, and the biggest thing right now is that Q is going to be hoping for is a very tough.
So right now, Darindrise entering the back of Topher at 1 hour 49 minutes 30 seconds. Soon, we shall see the Fiend refight and know exactly what is held and if there is a gatekeeper in this seed. Darindrise encountering a worm. Fortunately, getting it down real quick.
4 Chimeras takes a run. He's in go fast mode. He knows, or is feeling very behind right now. He knows he's got to.
Kyu still trying to get level 32. Darindrise taking some fights along the way just to get that extra EXP.
A little bit extra health on that black belt will not hurt.
Alright. Darindrise has made it to the Liched floor and is healing up the Light Warriors. Getting ready to just blitz through this floor because he's on a hero run and a really good one at that.
Did you notice if he power cycled in? I didn't see if he did.
I do believe he did power cycle in and burnt off the first encounter.
Ooh, unrunnable red Ankylos over Q. And here we go, Lich 2. Straight fight out of everybody. Nuke rolls out, high rolls Ragnarok, down goes the White Mage, but fires right back from Sonny with a Mass Mute, takes down Lich 2.
Sunsword for me.
Oh, Sunsword.
But Life 2, fortunately, coming to the rescue, getting everybody back up. That nuke, we know, is out of the pool.
We know one nuke is now out of the pool. Lich 2 holding on to it. And is not afraid.
That is one of the nukes out of the pool. The other remaining one, if I recall correctly, comes from Chaos himself? It's either Chaos or Warmac. I honestly can't remember. I know Warmac contributes 4 nuclears to the pool. Lich 2 contributes 1 nuke. So, Darindrise onto Carrie's floor. Kyuketsuki still trying to get to 32 off of some steaks and wings. Darindrise encounters some Grey Worms.
He's gonna ice them down. Take them down really fast. They don't have a lot, but one survives, and you gotta love that run. Runs right into Carry 2. Starts off with a fade, a punch, and a swing. Oh, Carry 2 opens with nuke 2. Oh my.
Well, we have seen Nuke as the first spell of 2 of the Fiend refights.
Fire 3 right after, and down goes all the life.
All right. It is a black belt and a prayer right here for Darindrise.
He does have that defense sword, does he?
This is going to be tight. Because we don't know how many hits Kraken 2 is going to have. We don't know how much damage Tia 2 is going to deal. And these water elementals are critting the ever-loving crap out of that black belt.
But he took the fight. He's going to get some more experience. He knows he's got to have it.
As he moves the opal bracelet, the pro ring, and the ribbon all up to this black belt.
I didn't see a defense sword, so he's going to have to rely on some Invis 2 charges from...
He is, and he did not go pick up the defense sword from the Cardia Isles. Runs into a Gershark Wizard Sahagan pack as Kyu finds sandwiches and resets out of them.
Oh, 6 waters now. Oh, and they crit. Oh, he has to take a reset.
And that is unfortunate to see from Darindrise. That is a wipe in Topher at about 6 minutes into that Topher dive.
Giving a little time back to Q. But he heads right back into Topher.
With the 2 turn 1 nukes, that is just a nasty Topher.
That is just something. He's going to hope and pray for some very quick turn order to get them down very fast. And I just saw Darindrise just drop that Excalibur inside Topher. I don't know. Question chat from Kayaz. Why is there a steak monster at all? It's a sprite change that's actually inside of the randomizer. You can click on Team Steak and it will turn Tyros into steak.
So to answer a question from Simple Sarah, Lich is playing Gatekeeper, but so is Carry. Both Lich 2 and Carry 2 have first spell nukes. I'd like to welcome those of you from Speed Gaming to this Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament 2020 match between Kyuketsuki and Darindrise. Down to the wire at the end of the seed, we have found out that Lich 2 has a nuke, Carry 2 has a nuke, but we do not know what Kraken 2 or Tiamat 2 have. Kyuketsuki finishes getting levels, feels in a good spot right now, and is heading down towards... I'm not sure where he's heading. I'm going to take a wild guess to Sailflin.
Is he gonna pick? Is Cure 4 White Wizard locked?
It might be Red Wizard locked.
So he might be down here picking up that Cure 4. Or he's just gonna get some pro rings and gold bracelets. Not a bad pickup.
Darindrise has found some waters on that spike tile that normally holds Phantom, has made it into the back of Temple of Fiends Revisited again.
Oh, those metal slimes with blade.
Lots of fire damage coming out.
That one ribbon's gonna really help out, but I think if he hasn't already done this, and I didn't see who has the ribbon, but the ribbon would probably be best fit on the red mage at this point, just because he can survive it.
The red mage, I do believe, has the ribbon. Kyuketsuki using a heal potion, dropping the stock down to 49 in his inventory, just so that way he can buy 50, be up to a full 99 heal potions. I like the play. Question in chat from Kaisers. Is Darren under-leveled or something? Darren has the better levels between him and Kyuketsuki, but with 2 nukes being in the pool as the first spells off of 2 of the Fiend refights, it's kind of painful, to say the least.
And if they high roll, take a maximum damage of 400, can really tear up that HP. And as we're talking, he goes into Temple of Fiends Revisited at 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 40 seconds. He's on his way through, while we're about to pick up Lich 2.
And Darindrise healing up, making sure he does not get nuked to death. Is he going to get turn order and be able to get through this fight relatively quickly? Dragon hits, 542. That's it for Lich 2. No nuke coming out this time around.
Got that turn order, just what the doctor.
Kyuketsuki trailing not too far behind Darindrise. Entering the back part of Topher as Darindrise runs into these Agamas.
Oh, it looks like he put that Masmune on his top black belt to get some extra damage in. I like that move. That's not a bad thing.
So since we have some Agamas on screen, Agama facts, anybody? All right.
Not really. But they did have some lit 3, so they were chopping at the bits to throw out some light.
That is true. They were quite scary due to that. Darindrise looking to be running a little low right now on the heal potion stock. Kyuketsuki entering the earth floor. There isn't much separating Darindrise and Kyuketsuki from being close to each other as Darindrise pulls Carry 2 and just decides to go all out melee. 5 hits for 619 from Dragon, 3 hits 224 from Kyu, but Nuke is coming out, does not slay any of the Light Warriors. This puts Darren in a really good spot for finishing this fight. 2 hits for 53 damage, takes down Carry 2. Darindrise has a really good shot right now for getting through the water floor and even getting through the seed.
And you can see he is just thrilled getting through that. He's a little mismenuing. I think he's got the jitters right now. Just happy to make. I wouldn't burn up those Invis 2 charges. You're gonna probably need those, especially if you get a punchy.
Yeah, we don't know how bad Kraken really looks right now.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it. So, wonder what we're gonna... Are we gonna bring Q back up? I would have probably keep that meat shield up as soon as we get the Kraken, leave that white shirt up there so we can have that free invis charge with 2 others that can cast it. Get that evasion up so we can hope to see a punch-happy Kraken too.
Speaking of Q, he has pulled Lich 2, and there we go. Lich 2 is now gone.
And Q did not see that nuke, so completely unaware that he just dodged a massive...
Yeah, he dodged a huge bullet, that's for sure. And running away from this encounter, which is a really good EXP encounter, but might get punished for it due to these Lit 3 Agamas, and... Oh! The Red Wizard is barely alive, but there's Cremate!
Oh, and he runs away right after. So now Q is on a punch and a...
It's a punch and a dream as Darindrise has Kraken 2 pulled fast going out onto Q. White shirt coming out, Wall going out onto Dragon. Q gets hit for 705, Dragon 8 hits, 213. This Kraken has some absorb. Gonna go ahead and throw out a Thor Hammer for 55 damage as I then take a nap. Don't even get to temper, just straight up. Now you're sleeping. More Invis 2 coming out. Gonna get more evasion stacks. As Dragon takes another punch, 8 hits for 177, but 5 hits for 511. Dealing a lot of damage to Dragon. Dragon taking another swing at Kraken. 7 hits for 235. Gets rid of Kraken 2.
Oh, that was a good choice for Kraken punch. Because if he had hit the white mage, he would have been on a punch in the dream.
No more life 2. This is where everything comes to happen. Tiamat 2, white shirt coming out. Actually, there's one more life 2 charge. Ooh, and 4 life charges. So, Darindrise still in a pretty good situation as long as that white wizard or white mage survives. 8 hits for 226 from Dragon. Fast going out, Wall going out. 5 hits for 520 onto Q from Tiamat. And Darindrise trying to decide what to do. Gonna go ahead and cast Ruse. Temper going out onto Dragon. 15 hits for 119. This Tiamat is absorb heavy, but Nuclear comes out, low rolling Dragon and Ragnarok, but unfortunately, the Red Wizard, or Red Mage, named after me, ends up taking a massive hit, but Tiamat goes down after 4 hits for 111 damage.
And there we go. Tier 2 is down. We are on to Chaos. And now we know 2 nukes and a nuclear is out. So, is Chaos going to be radioactive, or is he going to be...
That is going to be the question, as Darindrise proceeds to get these warriors back into the best standing that he possibly can, healing them up to full life. He is running down through the room, heading up towards Garland before Garland becomes Chaos. We still have 3 nuclears left in the ability table for the refights. We have not seen Tornado. We have not seen Swirl. We have seen 2 nukes, but the 4 nuclears all come from Warmack, and we've only seen 1 of those as Darindrise pulls Chaos at the 2 hour, 5 minutes, 54 second mark.
We still haven't seen Cure 4 yet. Does Chaos have...
Fast going out onto Dragon. White shirt coming out, buffing evasion. Wall going out onto Dragon as well. Dragon takes an attack at Chaos. 2 hits for 152. Chaos is evasive as can be. Lock 2 would come in handy here. More white shirt coming out. And Darren trying to make a decision between Fade or Wall, ends up doing Fade. Temper going out onto Dragon. Dragon getting more damage to come out. Fade going out. It's going to do a really good amount of damage at 304. Stop coming out from Chaos. Throwing down 2 of those Light Warriors into lockdown. Fast going out onto the Red Mage. 3 hits for 631 from Chaos, taking down Kyu. 5 hits, 457 from Dragon the Black Belt. Putting Chaos quite a bit into the grave. But there is the kill with 457 damage from Dragon on Chaos.
GG to Darindrise. Get those GGs out.
He finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 8 seconds.
Man, that was good. That was a great fight. What a race.
That was amazing. Getting that black belt up to 31 and then finishing out everything with encounters while walking to 32 definitely paid off heavily for Darindrise. And Darindrise will be 2-2 in this tournament, still with a chance to make it into the play-in race. Kyuketsuki still running through Topher right now. And getting a lot of encounters while on the way through. Just white dragons after white dragons after white dragons. And now Kyu has made it back onto the earth floor of Temple of Fiends Revisited. Starting off with some earth elementals, but running towards Lich. And he still didn't see that turn 1 nuke. As Kyu pulls Lich 2 again and still does not see that nuke. And we are working on getting our winner Darindrise into the booth for an interview. Kyu still just trucking through Topher as we are joined by our winner of the race, Darindrise. GG's, my friend, and congrats on becoming 2-2 now.
Thank you very much. That was a fun race.
So, my first question comes from before the race. You start off with White Mage, and your counter from Kyu was double black belt. What was going through your head before I saw you choose the Red Mage?
I loved it. I was gonna choose black belt because I was expecting him to do fighter and some sort of mage. So double black belt was great, and then I was like, I really want some black magic at least.
It definitely worked out in your favor then. So, the next question that I had is, you were in Topher. You see Nuke come out from Lich 2, which you expect there to be one Nuke. And then you see Nuke come out from Carry 2 pretty much directly after you see that first Nuke. What was going through your head when you saw that second Nuke?
I pretty much figured that was a wipe. I wanted to see if I could get to Kraken 2 and see what Kraken had. But as soon as I ran into the packs of the Garwolves and Litzahags, I knew that wasn't going to happen. So I knew that I was probably going to have to go back in, and I was really hoping that I was ahead of Caillou at that point.
But you were. Our tracker Avos has a question for you as well.
So you found those sandwiches, the sandworms, off of Power Cycle in the desert near Mirage. What made you think to check there? Because you see a lot of people skipping those.
I knew I didn't have the levels to do Sky, so I was really just going to be going in to get my incentive chest and run back out. But I had 5 or 6 steps to run off on that first encounter, and I knew from walking in that red ankylos were on one side, and there had to be another encounter table in that area. I wasn't sure where it was, but so I decided to go the other way. And once I found 1 to 2 sandwiches, I knew that I wanted to get to 20 or 21 so that I had a chance of finishing Sky when I was in there.
It was a close finish, so clearly that paid off.
Yeah, after wiping out of Earth, those arachnids were horrible. I wanted to make up some time, and I knew Sky was pretty much the only play left, and I didn't really want to go work my way through Marsh.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. What were you thinking when you saw that nuke from those?
That was horrible. But it looks like Caillou is on Kraken 2, so I'll let you guys do that.
Yeah, Kyu pulls Kraken 2, unfortunately loses the White Wizard, fasts up that black belt, and tempers up. And Kraken absolutely misses the black belt Hibiki, but Hibiki coming back after being fasted and tempered just takes down Kraken 2. So, Darren, I had another question for you that actually deals with Tia 1. You're in the fight. You get down to just your black belt. Where was your heart rate? How much was it about to sink? And what would you have done had you wiped there against Tiamat?
I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have gone and tried to fight him again, which would have been either good or bad. I was freaking out a little bit because I was going, oh great, now I've been wiped out of 2 dungeons in a row, and I knew I had what I needed to keep moving forward, so I would have had to go back in anyways. But yeah, and with the Quad X not working before that, I was really afraid.
Alright, I'm going to interrupt real quick because Tia 2 has just been pulled. We're going to throw out a white shirt. We're going to throw out the defense sword. We're going to fast up that black belt. That was 7 hits, 365 damage on the black belt. Back rowing. We get the fast out, we get the defense sword out, the white shirt comes out, we got our Invis up. Invis 2, Cure 4. Looks like the black belt's going to punch 4. 15 hits, 332 damage. 5 hits, strikes back for Tia. Right back onto that black belt. Or onto the white mage. White mage comes out with the white shirt. Temper up the black belt some more. Punch him with the black belt. 185 damage from Tia. We've got our evasion stacked. 13 hits. Was that 1,000 or 142? I could not see it.
It was 142.
Okay. Getting that white shirt out there, getting that invis charge. We're going to keep punching down. Black belt, 16 hits, 209 damage. Tia 2 is still standing. We've got a heavy absorb Tia 2 with a lot of HP. We're going to think about it. We're going to start chipping down with Ice 3. Black belt's going to keep punching. 14 hits, 290 damage. Tia 2 is down.
Just like that, Tia 2 is gone.
Where was the defense sword?
Cardia Isles Forest.
Yeah.
So,
Running some airs before we hit into Chaos's room.
I'll ask you one question before Chaos, Darren. You are now 2-2. How do you feel going into next week?
I feel pretty good. My goal was to get 3 wins this tournament, so I've got 2 chances to get that. The 2-2 bracket is stacked. All of the brackets are pretty well stacked, so it's going to be a lot of good races next week and the week after as well. So I don't know. I'm excited. There's a lot of people that I'd really love to race, and spring tournament is the best time to race somebody because it's a lot of good pressure.
You get to race a variety of people. Kyuketsuki, reordering the party a little bit, pulls Chaos at the 2 hour, 16 minute, 28 second mark, fast going out onto the Master as White Shirt and Defense Sword come out. Fire 3 is the opening attack from Chaos. Not dealing too terribly much damage to Hibiki, but defense sword and fast comes out as well as that white shirt. Temper going out. We're going to get all of the evasion, all of the damage, and Chaos is going to hurt. 6 hits already coming out for 375 damage from Hibiki. Stop coming out, not connecting on any of the light warriors. More temper and more white shirt coming out. 8 hits for 856 damage. We got the pain train coming from this black belt, but Blizzard comes out from Chaos, not dealing too terribly much damage to Gina or Hibiki. But the white mage taking a bit of a hammering. Hibiki, 7 hits, 639 damage, takes down Chaos. Kyuketsuki finishes in second place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, 30 seconds. Get your GGs out for Kyu.
GG.
Good job, Q. That was a good race.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed because I blew that thing wide open about 1 hour in when I found the double lose. I just could not sequester it out.
Yeah, you were having a rough time getting items out of Sky Castle, where Darren actually did some power cycling and tested the encounters in the Mirage Desert and found 1 to 2 sandworms off power cycle if you went to the left of Mirage.
I typically don't take sandworms for the most part. I'm like, it's okay, EXP, but that's still not one of them that I like to take a lot because I can never remember their exact week.
If it helps at all, my friend, Ice usually gets the job done against them.
And that's what I normally would have picked, but yeah, I'm still happy with a lot of the things. The Cerebus's were dangerous. The Agamas kept ambushing me. Could not find a good grind tile. Like, those are the 3 things I say. Like, I made my standard amount of execution errors, but I'm not really upset about that. I'm just mad that I could not find a grind tile, and I'm assuming it was an ice.
Actually, yes, it was an ice.
Yeah.
There's a Gershark and Big Eye Top.
Yep. So it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Because I said I could literally go into ice, I could check the eye tile, I could check the undead room, and I could check the frosties, but I thought at this point it took me too long to get out of the sky. I need to...
Yeah, I think it was the frosty tile that was down there. Or not the frosty tile, it was the...
undead?
It was the Frostwolf tile that had the Gershark and Big Eyes.
But
And-
I do have one question for you, Q. As soon as you got into the lich floor, how are you feeling when you pulled that double arachnid battle?
Let's put it this way. The second time I got the arachnids, that's when I became less fan.
Sleep, nuke.
Sleep. Nuke. Yep, lots of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were really feeling bad for you at that point because you were right there in front of liches.
Yeah, you know, it standard luck for me. So there we go.
If it makes
Well-
you feel better, I had the exact same thing, Q.
Yeah, you guys definitely lit your 4th orbs pretty much at the same time.
Yeah, you guys were fractions of a second apart from each other, maybe even a couple frames on lighting your 4th orb. But
He had levels
Dude.
on me.
yeah, he did. Due to you having to stop and grind Q, that's what allowed Darren to just pull ahead.
Yeah, I figured as much. But at that point, I was like, it's 2 hours in. I'm Mimi at this point. I didn't find the grind tile. I found a blue stake, and I said, you know what? I'm going to treat chat to blue stake grind, because why the heck?
Now, we kind of were hoping for a war mech for you on the Bridge of Destiny, and
You and me
also
both.
had hoped that you would continue running around on the bridge to get a war mech.
You know, normally I would at that point. Again, it's one of those where I didn't find a good grind tile. I knew it was probably an ice. I knew the seed did not want you to actually go and find that grind tile in ice unless you were really doing it early. So I said, if he found the grind tile in ice, he found the grind tile in ice. I could have memed for the war mech like I've done before when I think I'm way far behind anyways. But at that point, I was really running low on fade charges, and I didn't think I could get Tiamat down, just in case I got bad luck and Tiamat rolled something particularly nasty.
Which, unfortunately, the nasty rolls went to Lich 2 and Carry 2 with first turn nukes that you did not see.
I did see Carry.
Oh, yeah, you did see Carry. That's right.
Yeah, but you didn't see the Lich either time, and that was first spell.
The moment that I saw Nuke was in the first pool on Carry, I said this is the exact same as the last seed, the last race I did, which, if you hadn't seen that Topher, you need to go watch that race, because that is one of the ugliest Tophers seen this.
Well, Q, you're now 1-3. You still have a chance to make the play-in, though.
Yeah, but then I still have to win 2 races, which is unlikely for me at this point. I don't mean to sound defeatist, but I'm doing this for fun. This is the main reason I joined the tournament. If you're not having fun with the game, you're not gonna have fun. And you know, if I win 2 races, I win 2 races, and I actually make a play-in race for the first time in 3 years. But I heavily doubt it. I make too many execution errors. I wish everyone the best of luck, though.
Well, there you go. Well, Ragnarok, I think it's about time that we start wrapping this up.
Yep.
So
give our last chance theories theories.
final thoughts?
Final thoughts from Darindrise. Or
Yeah, thank you, Q. That was a fun race. That was a fun draft. The double black belt definitely caught me by surprise. And thanks to commentators and to Avos tracking, it was, I'm excited to watch it back, and I'm excited for the rest of the tournament.
Q, any final thoughts from you?
Whoever I meet next round, I want to do a draft, because the only thing that I want to do is just run interesting party comps. That's exactly what I see from these seeds. A lot of these early games play very much the same. You have to find the canal to pretty much get anywhere, and pretty much every incentive is going to be either canoe or canal locked. So I hope to have a draft, and I hope to do something as interesting as this draft again.
Ragnarok, my friend, do you have any final thoughts going on with this?
Great race from both our runners today. Thanks to Speed Gaming for the big host. Thanks to our commentary team, you, Sonny Rath. Thank you for my first time being there for me. Our tracker, Avos, doing a great job behind the scenes. And I look forward to next week.
Absolutely. Be sure to give the Speed Gaming family of networks a follow. Give our 2 runners, Kyuketsuki and Darindrise, a follow. Give our tracker, Avos Ruin, a follow. Give my co-commentator, Ragnarok784, a follow. And definitely be sure to keep your eye on the Speed Gaming schedule in and of itself. Right now, there is another tournament match going on over on Speed Gaming 3. There's also Link to the Past going on Speed Gaming's 5 and 4. And later on, we have another match coming up on Speed Gaming 4. And that's going to be about 3 o'clock Eastern this afternoon. And later on tonight at 7 Eastern, we will have another spring tournament match over on Speed Gaming 2. But for Kyuketsuki, Darindrise, Avoshurin, my co-commentator, Ragnarok784, I am Sonny Wrath 11. Thank you all for watching. Remember to light the orbs and keep the power of the orbs alive. We will see you next time.